It's a little social distancing. What is up, people?
Oh, we're live?
I mean, supposedly we are live.
We are?
Yeah.
Hey, man, this gonna be wild. This medication kicked in.
What does that mean? What? What medication?
They switched my meds, man, so.
What's up, folks? Hopefully we got a couple people in the chat. We will pull it up when we can. You know us.
Yeah, this internet sucks.
We're always doing everything pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps, doing everything we can. We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy.
He's Leroy. I'm Leroy on medication. I guess it's like Leroy after dark, Leroy at night. I don't know.
I just, like, my eyes feel wide as...
Okay. So, yeah, we have, man, when's the last time we've been in the same room? At least a month?
Yeah. Hey! Internet's working.
There we go. I feel like at least a month.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
Yeah. Coronavirus is still a thing. It's still serious.
Coronavirus?
Yeah. We are doing a little bit of social distancing. I was kind of hoping Leroy was going to lean a little bit more over that way, but we're doing what we can and try to spread us out. But yeah, we're back in the same building at least. I was allowed to come back to the building now. We're kind of slowly returning to normal. Very slowly.
Is that what you call it?
I mean, I'm back working in the building now.
Oh, I thought that's what you...
I don't mean like the nation or the world.
Yeah.
I just mean like us as the news organization. We're, trying to do normal stuff. But I guess that's kind of all the back end stuff.
Yeah.
What is this? This is wild. All
right.
Anyway, so let's see what we got so far. We got Rayshawn K, IMAX, Brian Barrett, CB Hunts. I'm sure more people will jump in as they can. Mm-hmm. So we didn't do one last week because we had too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we're back. Hopefully we'll be on a consistent stream again. I feel like we do about maybe 6 or 7 at a time and then we take one off. And it's not on purpose. It just kind of happens.
Is that what has been going on?
It seems like it. Yeah, I feel like we do like maybe 6 or 7 in a while and we're like, oh, we're out because something happens.
It literally just all runs together.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Well, we hadn't talked next gen stuff in a while.
Yes. I am of the opinion I'm ready for next gen. You are of the opinion.
I'm about to say some hot fire nonsense, but we'll talk about that. And what else we can talk about?
That was kind of the big hot topic.
Oh yeah.
You said you might want to touch on the new Star Trek show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
but the big topic is next gen.
So let's get your take, man.
Where to begin?
At the beginning.
At the beginning, as all great stories start at the beginning. From all the videos that we've done and all the press plays that we've done, I feel like my stance is pretty clear. I'm ready for next gen. Let's bring it on, or at least in terms of I'm always ready for new technology. I'm ready to spend my money willy-nilly on any and everything, and that includes the PS5 and Xbox Series X. I'm excited, but I'm not as excited as I was. We've talked about the lead up to this that Microsoft has kind of been killing it before their event. Mm-hmm. We kind of felt like they're giving us information. They're telling us about the specs.
They're being transparent.
Yeah, they're telling us stuff. And so far, Sony hadn't really done much. They did do the event with Mark Cerny, which it was very informative, but that's just not what you bring to a general public.
It's more for developers.
Yeah, they know, and I know Mark Cerny knows what he's talking about. I'm like, what? The SSDI does, I guess that's cool. I don't know what it means. Then Xbox gave us their May Inside Xbox, which I thought was, when you first asked me about it, I said it was terrible.
Yep.
And you were surprised that I said that.
I believe the words you used were trash.
Trash. I've kind of dialed that back some. I've had time to calm down. Because I was expecting...
Gameplay?
Because they said they were going to have gameplay. Microsoft has since come out and said, maybe we shouldn't have teased it like that. That gives me hope for their June event when they'll do first party stuff. But my expectations for next gen has kind of been tempered tempered a little bit with terms of whether or not we need it.
So you where I am.
No, I don't think I'm where you are. Because I'm still going to get on both day one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just said, I'm dumb.
Okay.
But you're like, you don't even know if you need it, right?
so far from everything we've seen, and this is my humble, uneducated opinion, just for whatever, what's the point? And I know that's a hot take, but in terms of gaming, I have not seen a game that is next gen as far as propelling storytelling, gameplay on a new system that I need to buy.
Yeah.
You just updated the graphics and don't get me wrong, I'm all in for these load times.
Mm-hmm.
But have you
What does that mean in practice?
So it's like this. You tell me that this cell phone is better than the last cell phone, that I need to buy this new cell phone. If this cell phone keeps doing the same things that I needed to do,
Mm-hmm.
why do I need to buy another one? And that's kind of where I am with these systems at. And I went into the Microsoft event like, that's it. That's what y'all, and like, I think really
Now I'm angry again.
Good.
Because they promised Assassin's. The biggest letdown was that Assassin's Creed gameplay, which we get it. The trailer that you showed was running in the game engine.
Yeah,
But
that's not gameplay.
That's not. Come on, man. Walk around.
That's
Do
cutscenes.
some stuff.
That's
Yeah,
cutscenes.
do some stuff.
And the problem is, and I think the biggest problem that we have right now is everybody's playing video game chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft doesn't want to show off too much because they don't know what Sony has. Sony is still getting their stuff together. And Sony, honestly, I can kind of see what they're doing. Sony's like, we're going to close out our chapter of this console with 2 amazing games. They still have 2 games that they have released that are first party games, Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2. So they're still in, we need to close one door before we open another one. Microsoft's like, this sucked for us, we got crushed, we need to kill it coming out of the gate. So they're coming out like hellfire.
Mm-hmm.
And I can appreciate that. But they're still not where I need to be, where I say, okay, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, the older we get, the smarter we should get. And we've seen, this is the thing that I say before to everybody. I was one of the idiots who bought into a dev kit Killzone.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that? I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So don't show me fancy trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Show me in-game play. And if you can't do that, I don't believe you.
So, a couple things. Rayshawn K says he bought a new TV, getting ready for next gen graphics. I still haven't bought my new TV yet, and I don't know when I'm going to do it until someone's like, "Ooh, I got to get this." And then somebody also brought in. Wait for first party Xbox games.
Yeah.
Brian Barrett, I agree with you, and
Halo Infinite.
yeah.
That-
I can't. I think his name is Aaron Greenberg. I don't know. It could be wrong. Aaron is his first name. He's part of Xbox Game Division, and he tweeted because I don't know if you saw the event. He was the one who had the giant Xbox Series X fridge behind him. If you saw that, that's Aaron. I can't think of his last name, but he tweeted out, "We kind of made a mistake in the messaging for this. We'll do better, and they're going to learn from it." So I think I can give them a pass only because let's see what first party does. And if they make the same mistake, I'm like, geez. But I think they're going to learn from the backlash of, yeah, we need to show gameplay. We need to show people why you need to get a new system.
This is the thing, and that's the problem I have with everything. So we talked about Microsoft. We beat up on Microsoft a little bit because I just enjoy beating them up. But Sony, here's your 2-piece. Man, y'all suck. Because showing me a dev kit of a game that I'll never play, who cares?
Well, that's not Sony's fault.
But it is Sony's fault.
That's Epic. That was an Epic reveal, not a Sony reveal.
Let me tell you why it's Sony's fault. Because Sony you have to give people something to say, I need to spend $500-$600 on. And if that's the first thing you showed us, again, who cares? Like,
You're in the minority on that.
But I guess what I'm saying is, how do I know that's what anything is going to look like? Because we've seen these dev kits before. Do I think Sony and the PS5 will aspire to that one day? Yes. Show me a game that can do that now. And that's the problem I have with this whole game engine. In other words, show me How many people were excited about Anthem? How many people were excited about Mass Effect Andromeda?
Yeah.
See, like, don't show me something until you have enough of it because we've seen this. I think IGN has a 10 games that what happened to these games? There's still a deep down that's maybe 3 or 4 years old. It's just one of those things where what is the gameplay and how is this next gen game going to propel gaming forward? In other words, we've seen wall running. We've scratched this little bit of the surface of flying, so to speak, when it comes to. So what game is going to put all that together? And you're going to say, this is why you need a next gen console. What's going to say? Because we know we will spend the money. Michael's already telling you I'm going to buy 2. I'm going to buy at least 1. We're all going to buy, like, we're going to invest in this. But is this just what Apple has been doing? And just shining, we got an iPhone 11 now. Like,
so to me, the big thing, I still say, I get what you're saying about Sony. To me, I feel like Sony has done the same thing they continue to do in terms of let other people talk. Yeah. So I don't put this at Sony's fault because they're still doing the same playbook of, we'll talk when we're ready.
Yeah.
The thing from Jeff Keighley was supposed to be a reveal of the Unreal Engine 5, which just happens to run on a PS5 dev kit. So to me, this is more about Epic than Sony. Now, I will agree with you that I totally believe what Tim Sweeney said, that this is running on a PS5. But again, that's a small little chunk of whatever. So I need to see what a full game looks like.
It's playable. Yeah, that's great. But you designed it for, in other words, you designed it for this. And this is another thing. That dev kit, it's running on PS5. Guess what? It's the same thing that's going to be on Xbox. So like, nobody has. I think, what is it? Bright Memory. Was that the
Bright Memory? Bright Memory is out, but the one that's coming to consoles is Bright Memory Infinite.
Yeah, and which
is going to be the same thing, just a console version.
So that's the only one that you really saw like really in-depth gameplay, and that's a game that's already out. Yeah. So like, what game? I would like to see Bright Memory, a game like that transitions between a first-person shooter, melee combat, to driving seamlessly. But again, that game is already out. What game is going to push the genre forward? And that's my biggest problem with this whole next-gen thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited. I'm going to buy one, if not both, eventually. I get my ducats in a row.
Yeah.
But
put that out eventually.
Eventually. But right now you're in a competition to see which one is the best console to buy right now. And we're all, and I don't like that we're all in our Microsoft is better than Xbox, or I'm sorry, Xbox is better than PlayStation tribes. To me, if you got a great system, I'm going to buy it because I like gaming. I think the problem that I have is that you want me to drop down close to $1,000
between the two of them.
Between the two of them, and you have not shown me anything that's not. You haven't shown me anything that's better than Cyberpunk. Like that. That's coming out now. Supposedly. But I guess what I'm saying is like I'm right now. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm playing it again for the second time. I'm playing the DLC Frozen Wilds.
Yeah.
A game is $10 for a Game of the Year edition. Where is your game that's going to say, this game is going to elevate gaming like The Witcher 3 did? And I just don't see that. And that's where I'm like, this is the best y'all can do? And that's where I guess I'm a little bothered by where, and I understand the coronavirus pandemic has affected a lot of stuff that's going on right now. But Sony is constantly saying, hey, it's not bothering us, we're going to still put this out. Microsoft is saying the same thing. So if you said, hey, we're running into some troubles, then I could say, you know what, this is the best they can do right now. But both of them keep saying.
But listen to what they both said. They both said the console is not going to be the issue.
Yeah.
They have said games are they're the actual system they are confident they can put out this holiday.
Yeah.
But for games they have been kind of like, yeah, we don't know.
And that, I guess that's what I'm saying. And I think it was Rayshawn K says games always look better at the end of the console cycle, and you're right. At the end of the console cycle is when developers seem to like know what they're doing, and so you have some amazing games from at the end of the life cycle, considering versus the beginning.
You just talked about the two big hitters that Sony still has. Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Have you seen the video of that? The most recent one that came out? Like, that looks incredible.
That is not coming out on PS4.
It's coming out July 15th.
Okay.
You don't believe it, so it's out till you can see the disc? I mean, that game looks wild.
Until some of these things come out, like, I just don't believe it. Same thing with New Mutants. They keep saying New Mutants is coming out, and I'm like, I'll believe it when I'm sitting in the theater, which won't happen anytime soon.
See, it's weird because you see games like that, and it does kind of make you question, why do you need next gen at the very beginning? Now, the reason why I need it is because I'm a dummy and I buy everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But
like,
I do see the point in saying,
what is the point? Hurry?
And the issue is, as you get farther and farther along in technology, the delta or the change between consoles isn't as great. And so like 16-bit to 32-bit was crazy. This is 3D. And even from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 was crazy. PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 was crazy. 3 to 4 wasn't as intense. I mean, you ended the console cycle, sure, but you're getting these smaller gaps.
What I'm trying to see is, and what I'm saying is, right now, Ghost of Tsushima looks amazing. The cinematic samurai mode, the black and white, like, you can do that on PS4, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, why are we doing a 5? If you can do that on a 4, and I think that's where my problem is, what is the 5 going to do that's going to make me say, put down your 4 and get a 5? And I have not seen that yet. And they haven't made me say, I'm going to put out my card and I'm going to plunk down and buy this.
I think the biggest thing, though, is they haven't said, I mean, they keep saying 4K 60 frames per second, which is great. But eventually, you brought something up. Your eye can only distinguish so much. So eventually, at some point,
the graphics doesn't matter.
Right. And I have a question for the chat. Do you guys and gals prefer frame rate or fidelity of graphics? So, like, would you rather have 4K or like 120 frames? Let me know if you prefer graphics over frames. Just let me know in the chat. I'm just curious.
Because that's because the thing is, what I'm looking at is, excuse me,
resolution or frame. There we go. That's what I can think of what I'm saying.
Once you get to a certain level, the graphics doesn't matter. So what do you have? It has to be gameplay. It has to be story. So what gameplay are you going to introduce that you can't do on a 4 that you can only do on a 5 that's going to make me say? Now, D. Stiesel brings up, I'm digging a new smart delivery system for next gen. That's genius. I don't know what Sony has in store. I don't know what Sony is planning to combat that. I don't know what Sony has that was going to combat Game Pass. But I would really like to see, because this new console that comes out, what I'm going to be playing, 3 games on it? 3 or 4 games?
So just on the basic...
5 people say frame rate.
Yeah, frame rate is so far. John Donuts, you got to pick one. You can't say both. That's not the point of the exercise, sir. But so a lot of people are saying frame rate just because they don't want the choppiness. I talked about a few weeks ago, I finished Assassin's Creed Origins, loved it. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey now, and it's a fun game.
You ain't gonna finish that anytime soon.
No, I'm 62 hours into the game, and I'm nowhere even close to being done with the game, just because I've been doing a bunch of side quests. But I bring that up to say, the game is fun, but there are a couple times where, and I have a PS4 Pro, and it still kind of stutters along in terms of the frame rate. So yeah, I'm definitely probably a frame rate or a graphics person. Now, I don't have a developer background, but I feel like the biggest thing that Mark Cerny has talked about, and even Phil Spencer with Xbox has talked about, is cutting down on load times. And I think what that's going to do is allow you to load in so many assets that the worlds are going to be more immersive. So
you don't. So it all, not just that. It will be so that you're not taken out of it, because I noticed that's a big thing, especially like, let's say you fast travel someplace. That long load time does kind of take you out of that moment, and and at times it does give you a breather.
Yeah.
But I guess that's great, and I do enjoy that, and I would say, but again, is that enough? Is that enough? And I guess the reason why I say that is because I've been playing a lot of games that I missed out on. So I finished Star Wars Fallen Order. I was really excited about that game. I played it. Don't care about it anymore. I'm not playing it again. I
Did you like the end when surprise people came in?
it was okay.
Really?
I did because it's
Okay.
Cal as a character didn't move me.
I think the people around him were
Yes,
fun.
I thought-
Deborah Wilson was great.
I thought the Night Sister was amazing. I thought
Yeah.
that was a waste.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is I'm playing a lot of these games that I'm going back and playing. I played Doom, loved that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whew, man, that was amazing. I'm gonna go back and play that. So what I'm thinking is, what's the next step for these games when you couldn't get I like Jedi Fallen Order, but the gameplay was a little twitchy for me with some of this stuff.
Yeah, some
and
of
I'm
it
like,
was-
this is at the end of the life cycle.
The sliding down the stuff
and
was...
you couldn't get that right.
Yeah.
So it's almost like and Ty Williams brings it up, and I knock Nintendo all the freaking time. Like I'm on Nintendo like the people's elbow. Ty Williams brings up a good point. Nintendo proved it's about gameplay and franchise. Graphics are secondary. A good TV will upscale for you anyway.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. And that's one of the things that I think we're missing in this new console battles. Everybody's all hyped up on better graphics, but and I'm not coming down on these franchises. Please don't misunderstand. Do you want a movie that has great special effects, aka Transformers, or a low budget movie that's just got great storytelling? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I would argue that special effects in Transformers aren't great.
I mean,
at least in terms of being able to see
but
the visuals.
what I'm saying is, like,
I get what
you
you're saying.
look at how much money Transformers cost to make.
Yeah.
Which one's a better movie? District 9 or any of the Transformers movies?
Bumblebee's pretty good.
Is it better than District 9?
Have you seen Bumblebee?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really like Bumblebee.
It's not.
I don't know, man.
Let me tell you
Haley
why.
Steinfeld and Bumblebee.
Let me tell you why. Bumblebee is basically like Homeward Bound.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying that that's better than District 9.
What's wrong with that?
Literally it's
Homeward
not.
Bound's great. I'm fine with that.
I'm just saying it's not that, and that's what I'm saying. And Brian Barrett, I'll go with Endgame. It has both, and that's what we want. Endgame and Infinity War showed you that you can do big budget blockbuster storytelling and have special effects. They were robbed at the Oscars.
They were,
because I don't give a damn what you say. You made a talking raccoon look real. Screw you, Martin Scorsese, friend of the show.
he didn't win.
I know, but he was trash talking.
Oh,
anyway.
okay. I was like,
Yeah.
he got shut out, which
Yeah.
is great. But whatever.
But I guess that's what I'm saying. That's what I want us to have. I want us to have both. And right now they're just wowing us with special effects, aka Michael Bay. And I'm like, yeah, we've been with the special effects, aka The Order. What is it, 1890?
Oh yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that game still looks amazing.
Yeah.
The game was trash.
Yeah.
So
I think that this idea of next gen is going to really. We talked about immersion, but I think it's not even immersion just from the developers, but immersion from us, because we've seen the Sony controller and they have that dedicated create button on it now. And I wonder if they're going to really dig into streaming. They kind of touched on it with PS4 and Xbox. I wonder if they're really going to let you stream your videos and upload your videos and really create to be a content creator with the PlayStation 5. And I wonder if the Xbox do the same thing. Because as much as we talk about Stadia, I bought one. We know it's not great. The plans for what it's supposed to do is great in terms of letting you play with other people, watch other people play games. You can click on a link and automatically go into a game. So
That community-
if that happens, yeah.
That community idea is a great idea. I guess that's the one thing a lot of people are and I don't want to be one of those people who sound like we're hating or that I'm hating. I'm not. I'm trying to be a little more critical of these companies who want us to spend close to $1,000
For sure.
for something that we're like, and because again, these games ain't gonna be cheap.
Yeah, and
And they're not small. They're talking The Last of Us is 2 discs. You told me Final Fantasy was 2 discs.
Yeah.
I bet you Cyberpunk is probably going to be huge. If you bought the new Call of Duty and you download Warzone, that's over 100 gigs. So these games are not going to be small.
Yeah.
And for the amount of money that I'm going to be plunking down, this had better be worth my time and my effort.
as people who are third party watchers and not people in the industry, it definitely always seems to me like when the costs for new generations come out, it's more so from game development companies and the actual people that make the consoles. Because I feel like Sony and Microsoft are both cool. Microsoft probably does want to bring in a new console so they can try and be on top again. But for the most part, they're pretty cool with keeping the status quo as long as they can. The game developers. There was a quote that I'm going to bastardize, but Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, he's always pushing for the new consoles because he feels like that allows his teams to do new stuff with it. That's kind of the reason why we got the half measures of the PS4 Pro and the Xbox
One X.
Yes, I can't even think of it. So many freaking systems now. But the Xbox One X, you got those half-step measures to kind of prolong
The
your
life
game,
cycle.
Yeah, the life cycle of your console.
Which I honestly I don't. I guess I don't have a problem with that. If you do, because once the console comes out and you figure out, okay, hey, we need to streamline this. I don't have a problem with that. If you looked at when you go back and you look at the slate of games that came out from Microsoft's whatever they want to call it, their cutscene trailer fest. There was only one game that really to me was revolutionary in the terms of how it looked, and it was the weirdest, scariest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, Scorn?
Yeah, that's based off H.R. Geiger's art designs.
No, thank you.
I mean,
That thing vomited some type of mucus liquid.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's so the the guy who's
Yeah. I get it. Nope. No, thank you.
His art designs, for you any guys who don't know, H.R. Geiger is the one who designed the Xenomorph in Aliens. He's Species. He's also the guy behind that. Very tripping art. I can't look at it all the time, but they basically built a game around his art. It's not for me. That was the only thing that I saw that was totally revolutionary. That was totally different from anything we had ever seen. And that's what I'm saying. Like, where are your developers that are out there that are pushing the envelopes so that we can get games like that? And this is the thing. I don't even need them to be AAA games. They can be third-party games or indie games like a Grease. Like, show me something that can change how I view gaming, because gaming is no longer just, it's commerce plus art. And I think part of the problem is right now, they're all on the commerce. I don't give a damn about how big the graphics are. Show me a story that's going to make me come back and play, or something I'm going to enjoy. I think somebody brought up, and I'm trying to go back, somebody says they went back and played Arkham Asylum. Trying to see who it was. Connor Pearson Ward. I recently just went back to play Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight, which came out in 2015, and that gameplay is better than half of the stuff I played this year. Arkham Knight, man, I'm going to tell you right now, other than the driving part.
I guess they were like, yo, we got the Batmobile in, and they said, hey,
Other-
let's put it in everywhere.
Other than
you
the
didn't have
driving
to. Rocksteady, you didn't have to.
But they really...
Also, that story was kind of dumb. Oh, sorry, it wasn't dumb. It's just, don't try to tease me like this is something brand new.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But I guess that's the thing that that game is 5 years old.
Yeah.
I'd still go back and play it. I still go back and watch some of these game trailers and remember. And that's the one thing. That's the one thing I think what gaming is missing is sense of right now. What is your next story that's going to and don't misunderstand me when I say I don't care about remakes. But I don't want a remake of Mass Effect. I want the next Mass Effect. I want the next Dead Space. I want the next. Don't keep rehashing these games. Give me something new to look forward to. That, because again, I love Aloy. Horizon Zero Dawn was my game. When it first came out, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The storyline is amazing. I love that game. My wife was like, you playing this again? And I'm like, yeah.
I want to bring up two things. One, Ryan Porter, if you enjoy something, it will last you a lifetime. I'll still pull out my Dreamcast for some good fun. Ryan Porter, I applaud you. I still like to play. I think I've bought Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on probably 4 or 5 different systems. I still have the Dreamcast disc. Dreamcast, underrated for fighting games. So many great fighting games on Dreamcast. But yeah, I agree with you on that, on the Dreamcast point. And
John Donuts is right, man. Them Riddle trophies got on my nerves.
you know what? They did, but I got them all.
Did you?
Yeah. For every single Batman game, I got them all the Riddler trophies.
Man, those things are annoying.
They are.
I hate it.
Because I'm a weird completionist, and that's why games like Odyssey and Origins sucks. Like, I got to go here because there's a question mark. So they stuck in my brain. I had to get the trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. John Donut said he also liked the Batmobile. Did you say that?
Well,
I think the Batmobile was fine. It was too much.
I think the controls were a little off.
I think Boundless Book Owl asked us if either of us have played Journey.
I have it downloaded. I hadn't played it yet.
We should play together. Because I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. What do you have it on, 4 or 3? 4? I think I have it on 4.
Well, if you download it, I think you got a copy of on 3 and 4.
Oh, because it's across. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Power Stone, yeah. Power Stone 1 and 2 were great.
Paradin, anytime, man. We want to do more unboxing stuff. I just happened to get that Black Panther. I think it's over there. We got that from Barnes & Noble. It was on sale.
Maybe you could get some baby Einstein statues or something.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
It's the baby stuff. Stuff for the baby.
Nice try.
Get you some statues of Elmo or something. A nice
try.
Slideshow of Elmo and Cookie Monster. Slideshow statue.
So yeah, I want to do more stuff like that, but my money's tied up right now. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. So Rayshawn K, we do have a Twitch channel. We just haven't put any effort into getting it started, but we do have a Twitch channel in our name. We just actually got to figure out a schedule and do some stuff. But we do have one. We will start one eventually.
Yeah, because there's only 3 people running the station. 2 of them down here. If y'all knew the struggles we go through, man.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm really and Page J brings up a great Soul Calibur. I remember when Soul Calibur came out and the whole think about when Tekken came out. Mm-hmm. The idea that your fighting wasn't just 2D anymore.
Yeah.
That whole when is that going to come? And I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Wait, you're trying to figure out what's going to be the next leap from 2D to 3D?
Not 2D to 3D, but
okay.
that next leap from the idea that you're no longer in a 2D landscape, that you're where is that game? In other words, we've seen that the what's what I'm looking for? Injustice. We've seen that fighting. Mm-hmm. When are you going to make that 3D and you can fight on ledges, kind of like what you do with Smash Brothers? But it's you see
so.
You see what I'm saying? When
as somebody who is a fighting game fan, but I wouldn't say a veteran,
mm-hmm.
I don't know that the technology exists for people to do that.
And that's my point. And that's what I'm saying. The technology may not be there, but there's ways to cheat around it. So one of the perfect examples we found out was Days Gone. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to make motorcycles in the game engine that they did. So you know what they did?
What?
They made a car and they scaled it down to a motorcycle to get around that.
Okay.
So I guess that's what I'm saying. When a lot of people are why don't we have more motorcycle games? Because we saw Death Stranding and we saw Days Gone towards the end of the life cycle of these systems. When are we going to see more of that stuff? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the kind of stuff that I want to see pushing the genre forward, because we can all agree. We may disagree with how Last of Us 2 how that may end up. But Last of Us, mm-hmm. Mass Effect, the Gears franchise, The Last God of War, those are going in the annals. Those are going in the rafters.
Yeah.
We're retiring those jerseys.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Last Dance made of Final Fantasy VII. God of War already has a documentary.
That's a good documentary, by the way. It's on YouTube.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's one of the things I guess I'm looking for. And I know you're not going to get that off the rip. They're going to be this is a game changing. But again, I got to figure out how I'm going to, for those people who have families that I'm just now learning, how are you going to justify to your spouse that this $600 console is worth getting over the one you already have?
Yeah, to go back to Xbox again and about them being at this point more transparent than Sony. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer has said for the first year to year and a half, any game that's on Xbox Series X will play on Xbox One X. So that's kind of giving you a hint
Huge
of
yeah.
like I mean you can get the system, but nothing's really going to take advantage of it like you want until maybe 2 or 3 years down the road. So
And-
you are kind of getting that thing of you know, you're buying it now, and stuff will come. Just nothing. Maybe nothing will blow you out of the water day one.
And I guess that's what I'm looking for. And again, I know I'm going to get one. What?
Looking at IMAX, you see it?
Yeah, build a holodeck.
I mean, IMAX. Yeah,
Uh,
you could do that. Okay, you can have all my money. That'd be pretty cool.
you would not hear a peep out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I guess that's one of the things. And is it Valve?
That does what?
Half-Life.
Valve.
Like, yeah, like that's cool. You guys did a VR. Don't care.
Apparently, it's a good game.
I'm not. I guess what I'm saying is, it's and this is going to segue into our next conversation. I'm not going to knock you and say it's not a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care about prequels. I'm tired of the. This is the problem I'm having with a lot of narratives and a lot of things, and it's not just video games. And it's just going to jump into the next conversation. I don't care about what happened before. Go somewhere new.
Oh, so you don't care about Black Widow movie?
That's kind of how I feel about Black Widow. Just don't try to fit whatever this person is into this. Show me something new, and that brings us to right now. I don't know if you guys saw Star Trek with Commander Pike, Rebecca Romaine
That's number one.
is number one, and Spock. That's going to be a CBS All Access series.
So that's Anson Mount. That was Captain Pike, right? So those people appeared on Star Trek Discovery.
Yes.
Now they're getting a spinoff. So a spinoff of a spinoff or whatever. I think that's cool. I haven't gotten to the point where they are in Star Trek Discovery yet, but I heard that they were fun characters on the show.
Don't care.
Were they fun? I'm just asking, were they fun when you saw
I mean,
them?
they're fun, but it's like, again, you're Star Trek. Multiple galaxies, Alpha, Beta, Delta. Why do we? It's Star Trek is starting to go into the same problem.
Star Wars?
Yep.
It's Skywalker or bust?
It's like it's everything is around these core characters, and I'm like, I don't give a flying blank. I love Picard. I enjoyed it. Picard had a lot of problems, but I still enjoyed it. Give me something outside of these core characters to fall in love with. Give a new. Stop trying to rehash and pretty up the original. Go someplace. You have an entire fleet. This is like, really, and
We've kind of talked about this before and other stuff, and hopefully we'll have Lauren back next week. I would think so. I don't know. If she wants to be on, yeah. But we talked about prequels and stuff, and is it a fear of bringing in new technology or new stories because they're afraid? They know that when they bring in these returning characters, they feel like they already got their hooks in you, so to speak, and so that's why they continue to stick with these same stories.
well, it's Hollywood, and again, it's and I'm not talking politics. Hollywood, whenever it comes to money, people are conservative. They want to spend their money to get the best bang for their buck. So I understand it. You want to build upon an existing IP, but even within the existing IP, you still have to push the envelope, and you're not going to get anything that's going to be revolutionary if you keep going down the same road and keep mining the same thing.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars. The idea behind Star Wars, these last couple of movies, were okay. They weren't great. They weren't groundbreaking. I'm not going to knock them because they were someone's introduction into the franchise, into the genre. Same thing with Star Trek. My only problem with it is when I saw it, I was like, really? That's what y'all went with? Like, stop trying to mine that little part of the unit. Like, you took a bold step with the Next Generation. Go past that. or go to another part of the universe. Show me something new.
I have a question for you, Star Trek man. What is the farthest we've been in the Star Trek timeline? Is that Picard? Like of all the Star Trek, is that like the newest stuff? I guess.
Yeah,
Timeline
start in Picard. They went in the future for a little while, and you saw a little bit of the future in the season finale. You saw them go into the future and then come back. Ryan Porter, thank you. How about a Klingon or a Starfleet? It doesn't have to. That's my biggest problem, and it doesn't have to be the white dude captain. You know, we're gonna go show me something new.
They gave you that with Discovery, right?
You gave me one. Like when is Star Wars or Star Trek ever going to have an alien
As your lead?
as your lead? Like you're in space. Like really? Give me a lead that's a humanoid. That's like an android. Give me a lead where it's just. This is the biggest problem that I'm having with it. It's really getting me to the point where I'm like, I'm really looking forward to something new, something I can sink my teeth into.
I'm looking at D. Diesel. I love it.
I have no problem with that statement, D. Diesel.
I want to know whatever happened with it. What's up?
I kind of do and I don't. I kind of do with Wonder Woman 2, but I kind of don't because it's continuing in her arc. So I kind of, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm tired of seeing these movies. Like, as much as I love Stranger Things, the problem with Stranger Things is it romanticized the 80s, and now everybody is copycatting that and going back. Stranger Things was revolutionary because they did something new. They zigged when everybody zagged, and now everybody's zagging to match them. And it's like, do your own Stranger Things, do your own District 9, do your own new thing. And that's the biggest problem I'm having with the Star Trek, that this show is about the grand ideas and mores and ethics of the future, and you're stuck and rooted in the past. I think the Lower Decks is a very interesting thing. I think what's the other one? With the shorts. Have you watched any of the shorts? The shorts, I think that's a very interesting, like, little vignettes within the universe. I think.
So did you see they're making a show about like Section 31?
Yeah.
So is that something you would be interested in?
I would be interested in that.
Okay. And that's like the secret group that does.
So how far are you in Discovery?
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, never mind.
I'm
not going to spoil it then.
Like, the last thing I can remember.
It ties into Discovery.
Okay, the last thing I can remember was probably the time loop episode.
Nah, you're not far enough.
Yeah, I'm
when
sure.
you get there.
Okay.
And Ty Williams, some of them aren't, and I agree with you. The problem is that new stories aren't hits at first. They aren't appreciated until years later. Need to hit cult classic. Some of them aren't. Blade Runner wasn't appreciated. I'll be honest with you, Blade Runner wasn't that great when it first came out. It wasn't until some of the recuts, and it wasn't that great. Some of them are. Damien Estrada brings up Star Trek and Star Wars equals Aliens. Alien and Aliens when it first came out. I want you to think about what Alien is. Alien is a science fiction movie. For like the first 5 minutes, there's no talking. It's just nothing but scenes. It's the lead is a woman who is trying to tell them to not bring in this creature. You very rarely see the creature. It's led by Sigourney Weaver, and she got nominated for an where are you going? Where is that movie? Where is your version of Alien? Where's your version of Star Wars? Star Wars was one of the most expensive independent movies ever
What's
made.
What's the show that's on Sci-Fi now with a female lead who is an alien? I mean, it's a humanoid, but she is an alien. Vagrant Princess?
Vagrant Queen.
Vagrant Queen.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You like it?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's a little corny.
Yeah.
It's based on a graphic novel. The trailer was cut better.
Okay.
I watched the first episode. It's okay.
Okay.
I want to see how it goes because it looks like it's trying to find its footing. The idea behind it is pretty cool, and I guess that's at least they're trying. And to Ty Williams' point, Deadly Class was an awesome show. Wasn't appreciated.
That
The
was a fun
Expanse
show.
on Sci-Fi. Don't put stuff on Sci-Fi because it goes there to die. Expanse, Sci-Fi.
Expanse was on for 3 seasons. They did what they could. That was an expensive show for Sci-Fi.
Thank you, Amazon.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff Bezos.
But I mean, that Ryan Porter, Dune. Like, I'm hoping Dune makes it. I'm so hoping it makes it because we need something different. That's why I like Expanse because we can have more science fiction that isn't space opera like Star Wars. Everything doesn't have to be Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that's why I loved Rogue One. Have you seen the meme of the new Rogue One somebody put out? Y'all, whoever put this out is going to hell. So they said the new Star Wars Rogue One exclusive figures, Cassian Andor, Jyn Erso, they're all charcoal bricks, and they're brought to you by Firestone.
That's messed up. Wow. Their time is done. That's
that was
wild.
foul.
Yeah.
Stargate's. You know what? Stargate. I didn't get into it to Stargate Universe, but I'll give you Stargate. Farscape, Babylon 5. Give us like the door is open for us to have more than just 2 or 3 things.
Boundless Book Out brings up Warehouse 13. I don't know if you watched that show.
I didn't, but I heard it was good.
It's a fun show. It's kind of corny in terms of like maybe the special effects aren't great, but that was a fun show. Eureka, I thought was a fun show.
Oh.
I really enjoyed Eureka. Oh, Sally Richardson.
I mean, like.
But yeah, I thought that was a fun show as well.
I guess that's where and Ty Williams brings up a really good point. A lot of stuff that when it comes out, IMAX. Thank you. Battlestar, Fringe, Battlestar. I mean, like, there's room for everybody at the table. And I feel like if you want to be great, you want to be legendary, you want to make you a documentary like Michael Jordan, you want your own Last Dance, push the boundaries, push the envelope.
Push the boundaries. We're going to wrap up with that?
Yeah.
That's how you wrap up? All right. Y'all, we got to cut this a little short because, like we said, not that many people in the building. We still practice the social distancing a little bit at the station, so I got to go finish this show.
Yeah, it's only 3 of us in the building,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So
It's been hard, y'all. I ain't gonna
so
lie.
talk to these people.
I want to say thank you for my wife for getting me this shirt. It says, "I'm right, you're wrong, shut up."
Okay. What got you through the week?
My wife.
That's sweet. Is she in the chat?
No.
Oh.
She's over here harassing me about stuff that
Okay.
I can't answer right now.
Okay.
Like, you asked me another damn question, woman, about something I don't even know what is going on over there.
This is gonna age well.
I know.
Age well. For me, what got me through the week? I think I've talked about this show before a while ago, but I started watching.
Solar Opposites?
No.
Oh,
Is that good?
yeah, I like it.
Okay. I know it's a Rick and Morty guy. No, I'm watching an old show that I loved. It's on the IMDb TV app, which I think is only on Fire Stick. I don't know. That's how I had to watch it. But
You can watch it online, though. Like, you can go to
IMDb?
IMDb.
Oh,
and
okay.
I think you can watch it there.
The show I'm watching is The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
I remember that show. Old boy from Ash.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
That's such a fun show.
Aw.
That show was ahead of its time in terms of dealing with sci-fi, steampunk.
Yeah.
Thinking
That was
to
on
the
Fox,
future.
too.
Yeah.
Fox used to try a lot of wild
Yes,
stuff.
that lasted 1 season. In my mind, I thought it lasted multiple
I
seasons.
thought it lasted 2.
No.
Only 1? Okay.
As I'm watching it now, nope, it's 1 season of like 26 episodes. But that's what got me through the week is watching
Oh
Briscoe
yeah,
County
26
Jr.
episodes is 1 season on regular television.
Yeah, so
Man.
there you go.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up. I want to say, you guys, hey, be safe out there. Wash your hands. Take care of your mental. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. I know. Watching the news, find a news source that you trust. Watch that. Don't listen to crazy people on the internet. Well, except for us. But not about like real stuff. Like, come here for the crazy stuff when it deals with game and nerdy.
Go to your experts for the experts.
Yeah, go to your experts for your expert stuff. We're only experts on foolishness. So, I want to say thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Really, want to say what's up to D. Steezel, Connor Pearson Ward, Ray Sean K. Oh, now she here. I'm here now.
Katie is the best.
John Donuts, Damon Estrada, Albert Draper, Pajon J, LT Willow, Joe Ellis, Miles Cage Jr., Boundless Book IMAX. I don't know, where is it? Somebody said Watch Dogs 3, Leroy's Rage. That's actually pretty funny. Damon Estrada said that. Hold on. Did I say Rayshawn K?
You did now if you didn't.
Rayshawn K, Ty Williams,
John Donuts?
John Donuts. I think I said that. There's somebody new I want to make sure I get their name. Paradin.
Connor Pearson Ward? Is that person?
Yeah, we've seen that person before.
Okay.
Brian Barrett. Kanochi Duck. I don't want to butcher that. It's probably something anime, and I'm probably straight slicing that.
Kunoichi.
Kunoichi. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's probably Kunoichi. Kunoichi Duck.
Kunoichi Duck. Tony Hawk.
We got Tony Hawk in the chat?
No, they were talking about Tony Hawk. My bad.
I was like, wait, Tony Hawk the Birdman's in the chat?
I'm going through. Sorry, guys, this computer sucks. David Cooper. Josh J. Rob 510. Antoine L. CB Hunts.
I see Antoine Allen.
Sad Said, is it Sad? Salah or Saeed? Let us know next week. E. Starkey. Ain't seen you in a minute.
Tell these people why.
All right. We want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for spreading the love.
Yeah.
Tell other people.
Christopher Peguero. I hope I didn't butcher that name. Tell me next week. So, guys, we want to say thank you, and we're out. See you next week. Be safe.